Welcome to the Tuesday Tea. My name's Maddie.
Hi, I'm Carly.
Hi, I'm Carly.
Hi.
And happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
So happy you guys are here. Today we're going to be talking about the weirdest way that we've made money. And I was like literally laughing out loud when I was reading these.
They're something.
They're jarring.
I feel seen. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur at
that
heart.
word's hard. Whoa.
It's a hard word. That was hard.
That was a hard.
I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so it's good to see other people getting cretive out there, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta do what we can to get by.
Carly's a hustler. That's for sure.
We're taming down. How the
we?
heck are you?
I'm great.
Yeah?
We just got back from Carly's 30th birthday weekend.
We're in the grief. We're in denial, actually.
Are you? Mm-hmm.
We hit 30 and we went to the mountains, and it was quite literally the most lovely experience.
Yeah.
It was so mountainy. We had what's so funny about that?
The mountains were so mountainy.
They were. It was like, sometimes you forget how grand the Smoky Mountains are. Mm-hmm. And it was just, I love the fact that they're so close to Nashville.
Yeah.
And it was just very wholesome.
Yeah, it was very wholesome.
It was like girly, wholesome time. We had nights in, we had hot tub, we had F1, and we had a night out, a day out, and it was so wonderful.
What did you think of Gatlinburg?
I loved Anakeesta. I did not think Gatlinburg was Gatlinburg.
Mm-hmm. I tried telling you.
You did, but I think you tried telling me because you heard how wrong my view of Gatlinburg was. Mm-hmm. So my whole life, especially since moving to Nashville, I thought Gatlinburg was like the Vail of Colorado. That's what I've been calling it, like very bougie and like this like quintessential downtown and just so stunning and chic and a moment for the money. And no.
Yeah, I've told you so many times that Gatlinburg's weird.
Yeah, I guess I didn't hear you.
And we didn't even go to the weird parts. We literally did not see the parts that I'm envisioning in my head.
Yeah. She said she described it as Ripley's Believe It or Not puked all over a city.
Yeah, there's just all these like giant dinosaur towers and like Bigfoot towers and Godzilla.
Yeah.
And like all these just really cheesy arcades and like it's fun for families, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, with young kids, but for the girly pops wanting a Aspen vibe,
not it.
It is not.
I will save you guys from your 30th. It was fun. Like I wouldn't change it for anything, but it just wasn't what I was envisioning, the downtown. But going up to the top of the mountain was definitely the vibe. Like that was beautiful and stunning just to get cocktails up there and hang out with the gals and have dinner.
Yeah. So if you guys go to Gatlinburg, make sure you do the Anakeesta gondola. Yeah. Carly was terrified for her life on the gondola.
I'm so sorry. Am I the only person that develops fear of heights as you get older? I've never been afraid of heights my whole life.
Really?
Never. I am the first person on the roller coaster. Mm-hmm. I did go on a roller coaster maybe a few years ago, and I was like, this is awful. Stop the roller coaster. Who did this? Who
because
made this?
Of the heights?
Yeah. Like, this is the dumbest thing anybody could decide to do is strap into a roller coaster that a man made and go down it at 100 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. And I, for some reason, forgot about that experience and then got into the gondola. And the moment I did, I was like, what have I done?
Yeah. I was like trying to get a cute video because Carly was on the one behind me. And I was like, Carly, wave. And you're like, no. And I was like, what's happening? And then I realized that you were like literally petrified for your life. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
I felt so bad. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, here, Carly, for your birthday, we're going to go on this gondola. And you're like,
sounded
scared.
like a great idea. I'm not going to lie. But then when you start to think about how a gondola is made, it's hanging by metal. It's like anything could snap at any moment. It just, it was terrifying. But the two friends I was with distracted me. We talked about things, gripped that bar for dear life. Okay, this is crazy.
What?
There are between 1 and 5-year-olds that are just sitting in the gondola with a bar over them. I could have slipped out. Like if I wanted to, I could have put my legs in between the bar and the seat and slipped out easily, but I wasn't squirming. Children squirm. They don't have rationale. And like there's no seatbelts. So I just like, I can't believe I don't hear of more accidents. I'm so grateful. But it's crazy because I personally think that like a dad or a mom having a hand on a kid's shoulder wouldn't really do much if they're squirming out of their mind. So that was crazy. But other than that, that gondola was, you know, I definitely grew. But I loved being at the tippy top of that mountain with the sun shining and the mountains and the girls and the food.
Yeah, Anakeesta has a bunch of like little restaurants and bars and a bunch of stuff to do. We didn't really take advantage of as much as we should because we just got cocktails and enjoyed the view mostly. But there's all these like tree walks and there's like a little mini coaster, kind of like a what are those things called?
They're like toboggan coaster things that you like sit in. Yeah.
And then they had a light show and stuff like that. So we got dinner up there at the Clifftop restaurant, and it was so much fun.
It was. It was beautiful. Yeah. It was so beautiful.
Imagine it in the fall.
Oh my gosh, stunning.
Stunning.
It would be unbelievable.
Yeah, we have to go back.
I'd like to go back when it's like the downtown isn't as busy. It was packed.
Yeah, I think because it was spring break.
Yeah, we didn't even think about that.
No.
But I had fun. I think I like the more like little mountain towns. Mm-hmm. So we've explored those a little bit since we've lived in Tennessee, but maybe a little bit more. And then we need to plan a ski trip. We got to do it.
Well, how are you going to ski?
I was thinking about that.
You're so scared of the gondola.
I was actually thinking about that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go on a gondola to ski. That's so right. But Ellen, our friend, made a good point. It's all white. So maybe it doesn't like look as scary if it's all just one color and you don't really notice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you feel less scared when we were over the grass as opposed to the cement?
I'm going to be honest, I didn't look at anything. I was looking to Jenny and Ellen the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you scared at all?
When it stops and it like bounces a little bit.
Hangs.
Yeah, that makes me a little nervous, but I wouldn't say that I was scared, no.
I don't understand how people aren't scared. I mean, the contraption is a silly idea.
It can be scary. I forget if I've told this on the podcast before, but last summer, me and my friend Carol went to Banff and we took a gondola up. That was an enclosed gondola, but it was way steeper than this. Like it was over the side of a mountain and it was just straight up. And it stopped for a long time.
No.
Like probably like at least 10 minutes.
Oh.
And we were just hanging there so high over this mountain. I'm like,
dangling.
If something happens, we're goners. Like, we're falling in the trees and we're rolling down this cliff. Like, it is bad.
Again, we would die of a heart attack first before that happened.
And I'd never been afraid in a gondola until that situation. It was very scary. But you just get in your head. Like, you create these situations in your head, and that's what makes you scared.
Yeah, but it is the reality of the situation. You're dangling thousands of feet up.
Yeah.
Like, that is the reality of the situation, where normally we're not.
Yeah.
And a plane is much more socially acceptable.
And we ended up Googling, like, how often gondolas crash. And the most recent one was like early 2000s. So it's been a long time.
That is crazy of the success rate.
I know.
Considering the idea.
Yeah, the look of it. It just does not seem
safe.
No.
Or smart.
No.
Thank goodness for good engineers. Gondola engineers. We give you our life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, the one we took was safe.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
It was fun. Thank you for planning such a wonderful 30th birthday.
Yeah, now you're 30.
You're next. I'm so sad that I can't shower you in goodness and
that's fine. I don't like making a big deal of my birthday.
Me either.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You don't like your birthday?
No. I like the idea of all my favorite people coming together, but I hate it. Did you see the attention on me? Awful. I wanted to faint.
You did great.
No. It was fun, though. I'm so grateful for the time and people sacrificing time to away from their normal routine or just rest.
Maybe I just assume that you like your birthday because you like other people's birthdays so much.
Oh, yeah, no, I hate my
But
birthday.
you always like to plan a party.
Yeah, if it's about me, I don't want it. Hence why I never responded to your text messages about planning it. But I get not wanting it. Do you just want, like, as little attention as possible on your birthday? Mm-hmm. Do you deep down want it to be?
No.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like, no, it's mortifying.
Like, if someone, like, drops something off, that's fine. The idea of even doing, like, a birthday dinner just makes me uncomfortable. Unless it's, like, if I'm dating someone, then I want them to do something nice for me. But, like, a group of people, I don't.
Is it because it feels like there's just too many people that are, like, I don't know. What? Like, do you know why?
I just don't like making people come together for me.
Oh.
I don't like that.
Yeah, but people want to do that.
I know. And I'm not saying that they don't. I just don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like knowing that.
Well, that's why I was like, I didn't want to be involved in my planning because I'm like, it feels selfish and weird. But then it's almost like more selfish to ask somebody else to plan it.
Yeah, it's weird. Birthdays are weird.
Birthdays are weird.
I don't know.
And especially when you're like not trying to ever come across like self-absorbed.
Uh-huh.
So, but you're going to be vegging on the beach with your
Yeah.
family. You're going to have the time of your life.
Mm-hmm.
You had a lot of travels coming up,
Yeah.
but you deserve to be celebrated because you're the most wonderful human on planet Earth.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you.
So is that your life update, your 30th birthday?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
30.
Mm-hmm.
We're thriving. Couldn't be happier. I think if you don't think about it, it doesn't exist. So.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Let's just stop saying it.
Avoid it.
Yeah.
I'm 29.
Avoidance. Good,
Yeah.
good.
Good. We love avoidance.
You know, we were saying, actually, no, I'll save that for our 30 recap.
Okay.
Okay.
It's coming. We're really building up for it.
I know.
What's new with you?
I got this new couch. It's a very squishy, large couch.
Humongous, but it is comfortable.
It is so comfortable. And I'm sure by the time this episode comes out, I will have already posted updates on whether I'm keeping or returning it. So I don't want to like beat a dead horse and talk about it for too long. But I think I'm returning it. Yeah.
Talk to me. What's
She's
going
just
on?
too squishy. She's too squishy. She is. I hate it. She's just too
Yeah.
big. I think it would be literally the perfect game room couch or like movie room couch.
Yeah.
But the fact that I don't have the luxury of having 2 TV rooms, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I just have my one that also is my front room, like my main room of my house. So
Mhm.
my kitchen, dining room, living room is all one space. That's not very big. And it's just too much.
I also wonder if like the ceilings were a little bit higher, if it would feel more like
I think
proportionate.
Everything would have to be higher. Like the cabinets would have to be higher. My kitchen island would have to be higher. Like everything.
Raise everything.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it fits the space. I think it's just such a harsh contrast
Mm-hmm.
to what you had before. But I could also see it being just a little too big for the room.
Yeah.
But
I
I
think
don't
it is.
think it is, but I could see why you could think that.
You don't think it is?
I think it's just such a harsh contrast that it's just like aggressive on the eyes and it's going to be really hard for you to get used to it. But it also is way different than your expectations. And I think we thought it would fit like just a lot more proportionally in the
Yeah.
room, and it doesn't
Yeah.
to your eyes.
Yeah. And to be fair, I did measure the length of
She
it.
measured.
Someone I loosely know has this couch, and she
Mhm.
sent me a picture of her cushions once they like settled,
Mhm.
and they just kind of looked frumpy to me. Like it didn't look
interesting.
like they just still looked firm, but
Just
got smaller.
softened.
It's like they looked like really worn in and kind of frumpy.
Interesting.
And so I just don't like that, which is hard because it's like, okay, you want a comfy couch. It's not going to look crisp and firm all the time because
Yeah.
you don't want it to be firm.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that there's a balance. But I'm just having a hard time because there's not a lot of local furniture stores here in Nashville that I can go to sit on couches to
Mhm.
see. So it's so hard to buy a couch without sitting on it.
Yeah.
And a vast majority of furniture shopping has to be done online now, like
Yeah.
at least for where we are.
Yeah.
So it's like, how are we supposed to know if it is comfortable? That's what literally sold me on this one because I saw videos of it.
Yeah. And they look proportional. They don't look
They do.
humongous online.
I know. But yeah, I don't know. I asked my Instagram followers to send like couch recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people sent in some. I just haven't had time to look through them yet. But
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have to do that soon because I'm going to get this couch taken away and I'm not going to have a couch. So
Yeah.
That'll
I'd
be
be
bad.
curious what the lead time, if the normal lead time was like how long it took you to get this couch, like maybe it'll be faster so you won't have time where you don't have a couch.
yeah, I hope so. And I'm hoping that I can schedule this return further out. But I
Yeah.
don't know if they'll let me do that.
It is so cozy, but I respect your decision.
I just feel like, and a lot of people message me this, they're like, it's such a big purchase and also a big part of your
wanna
home.
love it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be convincing yourself that you like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Because
agree.
it's like, it's good enough. Like, I could make it work. I just don't want to have to do that. I want to love it.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to come in and be like, oh my gosh, it's
This is
so
amazing.
cute.
Yeah. I for sure agree. Also, maybe we look for one that's not as tall. I think like
Yeah.
the depth is amazing.
I think so
The depth,
too.
I really like the material, and like maybe it's what it's filled with. I'm not sure. Like it just makes it cozy so you don't ever want to get up,
Hmm.
but probably not as tall.
Yeah.
Castlery, I was looking at. I'm sure there's a bunch.
Yeah.
Well, look.
Yeah, it's just like this one also wasn't super expensive, and I feel like any of the other ones I like are like double the cost.
Yeah.
So that's a bummer. But
Yeah.
at this point, I'm like, I'm just going to buy what I think.
Yeah. And like
It's
you want to
good.
come into this room and just be so proud of it and happy and like excited to host because you're the best host ever.
Oh my gosh, I need a
What?
couch by Easter. If I don't have it, I can't host.
We can start looking up some options and see what the delivery times look like.
Yeah.
We can also, I don't know if you'd be open to this, there's a lot of people that get couches and that have 7-day return policies and they don't have time to return them in that time. So there might be some really good ones on Facebook Marketplace. I know that there wouldn't be a warranty or anything like that, but you don't know. There could be like a really, really nice one.
Yeah, I
And
would
go sit
definitely
in it.
look. I'd be open to looking.
And then we can get a U-Haul and everything like that.
There's something about a used couch, though, that
I
kind of
know.
grosses me out.
But maybe it's like brand new and they just missed the return window. Like that's what happened with that linen bed I got.
Oh.
It was brand new, never used, but they missed the return window for Wayfair.
Mm-hmm.
So
That makes sense.
it could be brand new or just like what you did is like gently used, like we
Yeah.
sat on it and that's really it. But I
Mhm.
get it. I get not wanting a used thing.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for making a decision. You're very clear on it, which is good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sad. I wish it would have worked.
You waited so long for it.
I know. And I love the recliners.
Yeah.
Like, I really love the recliner aspect.
Yeah.
But I just don't think I'm going to be able to find one, like another one with recliners. So I'm just going to have to let that go. But that's okay.
We'll see. We'll see. There are some wonderful designers out there. We'll
yeah.
have to look up the Googles.
Yeah. And you know what? When I get married one day and hopefully me and my husband buy a house together, maybe it'll have a game room and then I can repurchase this
There
couch.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You'll have a second sitting room or game room.
Yeah.
The dream.
The dream.
And all of the kids and dogs can bounce on the cushions.
Yeah. Speaking of marriage, I have an update for the both of us. We are going to a singles pickleball night.
Oh, dear. We are? Are we?
Yeah, I'm signing us up. I'm forcing Carly to go. There's this local pickleball like court. It's an indoor thing. And they had a singles night for Valentine's Day. And I almost went, but then Carly was out of town and I didn't want to go by myself. And I was like, you know, I'll just wait around. But I went the next day and I was talking with one of the guys that like works there. And he was like, oh my gosh, it was so great. There was like 50 guys, 50 girls. Like I was afraid it was going to be all girls. But
Of
he's like,
course,
there was
yeah.
equal guys and girls. People were chatting. And I was like, dang it, I should have gone. Like, why didn't I go? But also I probably wasn't ready to be doing that at that time. But now they're having another night. It's like Dink and Drink or something, but it's for singles. And we're going to go.
We are.
We're going to have a little mingle.
We are.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. There is one boy, though, that Carly went on a date with that goes there all the time. I don't know if he'd be at the singles night, but
I imagine he will.
you ghosted him, so you have to
I
text him
didn't-
before we go.
I didn't mean to.
You accidentally ghosted.
I seem to be doing that.
Yeah. Carly seems to be a ghoster.
I never thought I would be, and it's not intentional. It's just, I'm not on my phone anymore. And if I am,
Yeah.
it's literally just to get by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a bad trait.
Well, you've been so busy
It's
lately.
like, I need a personal assistant just for texting.
Yeah.
I
Don't we all?
mean, yeah. I never thought I'd be like that. I'd be curious what my response time looked like when I was like 22. Like, what? Did I respond quickly? Or did things build up? I really don't think they did.
I don't think so. You have been an amazing texter since I've known you. Well, I don't notice it because we text about like stuff that you need to respond to.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
stuff about the podcast or plans or whatever.
Yeah.
So I haven't noticed the change, but I would assume that you were probably a better texter before all these jobs.
Yeah, I think so too. Have you always been like...
I've always been a bad texter.
Okay.
Always.
And when you say bad, do you mean just like not someone who chats or just like it takes me a while to respond to somebody?
Both.
Okay.
I don't like to chat via text. If I don't see you for a month, I don't want to be like, how are you? Because it's like, what am I supposed to say? Like, there's so much to say. I can't type it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I'd rather FaceTime or call, definitely, if I'm trying to chat. But I also will open messages and then think of a response and then never respond and then be like, shoot.
Oh my gosh.
And it hurts.
yeah.
Like, it's taken some of my close friends, like, a lot of adjustment to not be hurt by that and
Yeah.
not take it personally.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy that they did that, but I also feel kind of bad that I'm making them do that. But
Yeah.
it's like, texting is just not for everybody. Some people love to text and some people don't.
Yeah, true. I just find myself like all of my texts being, I'm so sorry, I'm so delayed, or I'm so sorry I missed this. I'm like, I don't want to be known for that. Like, that isn't me. I care about people. I want to respond to people that text me. But I don't have the bandwidth. And it's not that I don't care about them, and it's not that you're or Brittany are more important than them. It's like I don't have the ability. It's weird.
If anything, it could just give you more empathy for people when they don't respond to you, too.
True. I should have like an away message on AOL.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm out of my mind. I cannot respond.
Yes, if you need me, come to my door.
I'm trying to think of a different way to say out of office. I'm out of time. I don't have any time.
I'm out of time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I should host like office hours at my house. Like,
Literally.
stop by during this time frame if you need me.
Yeah. Text me between these hours if you'd like an immediate response.
Yes. That's what I need to institute. That's so good.
So funny.
Have you ever heard of the idea of that website where you sign up for like a dinner, but you don't know anybody? You've never heard of this?
No.
Okay. They have them in Nashville. There's a few different companies. I don't know why I just thought about this, but you sign up and I think you have to pay like $20 or something like that. And I think it's just to hold your spot. So you're not actually paying for anything. But then you go and they assign you based on this huge questionnaire you fill out of like your age, your goals, your priorities in life, your faith, your hobbies, what kind of personality you have, introvert, extrovert. Do you enjoy talking about these kinds of subjects? Do you take offense from political jokes? What kind of humor do you have? Like this 20 question survey just about you. And then they match you with people to go to dinner with that have also filled this out that just want to meet new people in a city.
Like friends or dates?
No, it's not dates. It's typically like a mix between guys and girls though. And you just go and you have no idea. They tell you, I think like 12 hours or 24 hours before where the location is. And then you get there and you say, I'm here for this program or this thing. And they take you to the table and then you literally meet strangers.
So is it a big group or is it one-on-one?
Yeah, it's a big group.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so they match you with people like you?
I think they do a variety, but not where you would most, like if they can tell, have conflict. So if somebody likes to make jokes that are political and someone says, I take personally political jokes, they probably wouldn't put them together. But it's such a fascinating concept and I've always wanted to do it. I was so close to buying one once, like a year ago. And for some reason I had like a pending plan for that day, so I didn't do it. But there's such good ideas.
Do you remember what it's called?
The one that I was doing was called Time Left.
Oh.
It's your new Wednesday night plans. We curate a table of 6 strangers for endless conversation.
Oh my gosh, how fun. Every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday. Our algorithm selects 5 compatible humans for an engaging evening and meaningful conversation. They book, they organize everything, and then you just have to show up and chat.
So do you apply and then you just wait to be picked?
Yeah.
So you don't know like what Wednesday you're going to be picked?
I think you can select when you're free, what Wednesday you want to do. And you won't get like denied. You'll just get put with a group.
Okay.
You and I could do it. We could try, but I don't think like we could show up together. If that makes sense.
You'd have to go by yourself. Like you wouldn't know anybody.
Yeah, I think.
Because that's kind of the point.
Right.
That you meet new people.
Because then me and you would just yap.
Yeah. Wait, that's so cool.
Definitely like a put yourself out there moment.
We should do that. And then we should do it for the plot. Yeah. We should do it just so that we can talk about it on here.
So it's called Time Left, and their little slogan is weekly dinners all over the world.
So they're in multiple
New York.
cities.
Yeah, and we have one in Nashville.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it for the plot.
Okay.
I just clicked the Nashville one. And yeah, you have to fill out like this little application and join dinner with 5 amazing strangers.
Is it popular, you think?
That's a good question. I should look it up and see. I know they have an Instagram and that's how I found them.
Okay.
Because they probably heard me talking about meeting strangers. But I filled out everything and I was literally selecting it, but I was like, gah. And then I didn't ever do it again. So.
Okay, you're going to do it.
All right, let's do it.
And you're going to report back.
And we have to go to this pickleball thing?
Yes, we're going to singles pickleball.
Got it. Okay.
So that'll be fun.
Send me a calendar invite.
I just think, like, what if I find someone else playing pickleball? What are we going to call him? Pickleball Boy 2?
Oh, well, we'll get to that. We could just call him by a different name.
What if he's there? That would be so scary.
Can you imagine?
I don't think he would go. I think he wouldn't go because out of fear that I would be there. But if he was there, I would walk in and turn around and walk right out. Yeah.
Any chance you guys could send us the roster before?
Honestly, I think you might be able to see who signed up because I know at that place you could see who signed up for open play. So maybe you could see.
We should look.
Yeah, we should look.
Because I don't want to go if someone else is going.
Well, you're going. We're going.
Not as much trauma tied to that. Got it. All right, we'll report back.
Yeah. Now that we're talking about dating, do you want to hear my Have You Heard?
Yes.
Okay.
We love our Have You Heard segments. These are so fun. And we don't know them going into them. I don't know what Maddie's going to say.
So, Have you heard about the movement where girls are ditching dating apps and trying to find men at Home Depot instead?
Yes.
You have?
Yes, I have. It's always like the TikTok commentary is just go to Home Depot, go to the lumber section.
Yeah, but have you seen people actually doing it?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I just hear people talking about it.
So there's this girl named Caitlin Anzari who has been sharing her journey on TikTok. So the idea is that like Home Depot has blue collar, hardworking men. Typically there's a lot of cute guys at Home Depot, you know? So she took this challenge literally and she went to Home Depot and she was dressed cute and she found this guy and recorded the whole thing. She saw him and she was like, oh my gosh, that guy's cute. So she goes up to him and she's literally recording, but she's like hiding her phone somehow. And she asks him, she says, I'm trying to hang a picture. Like, do you think you could help me find the stuff that I need?
Stop
and you can tell he's kind of like flustered, but he's like, yeah, sure. So he takes her to like the wall hanging aisle, finds this stuff to hang it, and starts like asking her questions about the painting. Like, what size is it? Is there a wire in the back? And there's no painting. There's no painting.
Good.
She just made it up.
Starting out the relationship on a lie.
Yeah. So she's just like making up dimensions for this piece of art. And she's like, it's like 30 by 20. Does it have a wire? No. And she's like, can I add one? And you could tell he's like kind of confused, which also like how embarrassing is cute girls asking you questions. And what if you don't know? You're like, I have no idea.
Yeah. Probably makes it cuter though.
Yeah. So
imagine you, because you don't know your measurements, you say like 13 feet by 1 foot. And you're like, he's like, what is this?
Yeah, what is
a
this?
runner rug? Okay, keep going. Sorry.
A runner rug. It's so funny, the video too, because it's kind of embarrassing for her because she's like saying that she doesn't want to sound stupid. Like, you know, but you want to sound helpless, but not stupid.
Sure, yeah.
And so you could tell she's like nervous. So he ends up getting her the stuff and then he starts walking away and she's like, oh, dang, like nothing came of it. And then he turns back around and asks for her number.
Stop it.
Yeah. So she gives him her number and then he texts her and she's like posted all of this. And he texts her and says like, I'm sorry I made a fool out of myself. I was really flustered. Like it's not every day a pretty girl comes up to you and asks for help.
Cute.
And so then he told her like, if it's okay with you, I'd love to help you hang this picture.
Stop. She's got to go find a picture.
I know. She's like, I need to go find one.
Without a wire.
Yeah.
That's 20 by 30.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. And then he says, I'd also love to take you to dinner before, if that's okay.
Oh my gosh.
So he literally asks her on a date. They go to dinner and then he comes and helps her hang up the painting. And yeah, now they're dating. That was in October and they're still dating.
That's just, again, so sweet.
It's so nice.
My good grief. I have some follow-up questions I'd like to ask.
Okay.
My first one. Are boys starting to know about the trend that women are trying to find men at Home Depot? Do you think they're aware? Because I've heard so many girls say, just go to Home Depot on a Saturday. And like, have I done it? No. Should I? Maybe.
I'm sure that like if a girl comes up to a guy at Home Depot asking for help, I'm sure he knows that she's interested. Because why wouldn't we just ask a worker? Why would we ask a random man who's shopping?
In tight Levi's.
Yeah.
Okay, my second question.
Mm-hmm.
What is the actual chance in these kind of meet cutes that he's actually single?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not pessimistic here. I just, like, what are the actual chances?
Mm-hmm.
He's actually single. He's a good dude. And they're going to vibe.
Mm-hmm. I would say probably low.
Like, that's so cool. And it makes me think, like, okay, the moment I see a cute guy, he's a good guy, he's single, and we're going to vibe. Like, those are the immediate assumptions always.
Well, that's why she didn't ask for his number, because she's like, I don't know if he's single.
Yeah.
He could be married.
Yeah.
And I've already kind of made the move.
Yeah.
So it's kind of up to him at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
And then when he texted her, she asked him, is there anyone that thinks that...
My favorite question.
How did she say it? It was kind of funny.
Is there anybody that thinks that you're dating them?
And his response was like, nope, all I do is work. I don't have time.
I love that question. I think that's a really good question. And you can like see how they respond. Because if they get a little flustered, it's like, ooh. Because that question will take you by surprise.
Yeah. If they act like annoyed by it or something. I don't know. There's a lot of like red flag ways to answer that question.
True.
Yeah. So I thought that was so cute. And I think we should try it out for the plot. I think we should try it out for data. I think we should dress cute and go to Home Depot.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Okay. Why don't we look for a couch?
Okay.
Get our measuring tape
out.
out.
And you have couches here?
Do you know where the couch section is? I can't find it. What time do you think the cute boys are at Home Depot?
Probably on a Saturday.
What time?
In the morning.
Morning, okay.
Like
Early risers.
Early afternoon.
Afternoon, okay.
Maybe like 10, 11.
All right, I'm down.
Let's do it.
I love these Have You Heards. You've got some good Have You Heards.
I know. They're so fun.
Mine are like, have you heard about that alligator eating the guy?
Have you heard that Bill Nye walked in fashion?
Yeah. Honestly, epic as well. Okay. Should we hop into submissions?
Yeah, but I would like to hear yours because I know you have a lot of weird ways that you've made money.
Yeah, my entrepreneurial brain is always just like, what can I do to have just a little side money to pay for the electrical bill or pay for Wilson's food? Like, that's how I girl math it.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember in Alaska, I used to get puzzles at a thrift store, do the puzzles, and then sell them on Poshmark. And I would make maybe like $3 profit, and I would track it on an Excel spreadsheet. So I could like track how much I was making from these puzzles. Like, I wanted to keep track of it just to be like, wow, I've made like $30 in the last month just from selling puzzles.
Really?
Yeah. And Poshmark sends you the label. It's free. You print it. USPS can give you free boxes to ship them out in. If you sign up for their postal thing, free money. Like,
how many puzzles were you doing?
A lot.
Yeah.
I was sad. I was very sad.
Also, buying puzzles at a thrift store is a bold move.
Because you don't know if there's pieces missing. Yeah.
Did you have that happen a lot?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. But
so would you still sell those?
I would note it on the Poshmark listing.
And people would buy it
from
Poshmark with a puzzle piece missing.
Poshmark was like a side hustle for me in Alaska and Virginia. I had a whole room for just Poshmark stuff. Like, I loved it.
Like, would you do other stuff too or just puzzles?
I would do clothes and things like that, but I would go to the thrift store to look for pieces for me, and then I would also look for like name brand stuff or just like cute stuff, and then I would look it up on Poshmark to see how much it resells for, and then I would buy it based on the price at the thrift store. Like, I was a hustler for Poshmark. It's just really exhausting. Like, it takes a lot of energy to go thrifting for not only yourself but then also for Poshmark, and then list it, take pictures of it. Yeah. It's a lot for a little bit of money, but I enjoyed it. And like, to have just a little extra income. Like, how fun.
People are doing that all over now though. Like, if you walk up 12 South on a Saturday, it's all these like vintage pop-up shops, but it's like
so expensive.
Yeah, but it's people that are doing that. They're going thrifting. They're finding the Levi's. They're finding the vintage bomber jackets and the graphic tees.
And they're
selling
$200.
Literally so expensive.
So expensive.
Yeah.
But they're doing the Lord's work because like some people stay home and don't have the energy to go like looking through hangers and hangers.
Yeah.
I did that. And then I also remember in Dallas, I did this with my best friend who actually just surprised me for my birthday. We went to look for furniture for my house, I think, and we saw all of these Pottery Barn pallets that were like coming out of the hallways, kind of like.
Where was this at?
It was in Dallas at the Habitat for Humanity Restore.
Oh, okay. So it's like kind of like not a thrift store, but kind of.
It's a thrift store. It is a thrift store. Okay. But Pottery Barn basically partnered with this exact store and donated all of the stuff they didn't sell to this Habitat for Humanity Restore. And we saw these pallets and we're like, what the heck? And I was looking for a certain something for my house. I'm like, can we get in here? I asked a worker and they're like, no, we can't get in there. We can't unbox it because we have no room. And once we open the pallet, we have to unbox everything. And we're legally not allowed to unbox this right now because there's no more room in the store. And so me and my best friend were like, well, what if we just take these pallets off your hands? But they weren't like priced already. And he was like, I will give you each pallet for $500. And we don't know what's in these pallets. So we can see like the outskirts of the pallets, but we can't see inside the pallets because they're pretty big. So we can see one's like a rug, one's a light fixture. But like we don't need these things. But like we could probably resell them. And there's probably like 15 to 25 boxes in each pallet. So we like negotiate with him and we're like, we'll take, I don't remember, maybe like 6 to 8 pallets for like $1,500. And he's like, done, get them out.
Wow.
So we go rent a U-Haul and we load them back into my garage at the time, unbox them all. It was always just like a surprise. It was like Christmas.
That's so fun.
It was so fun. And we had a whole inventory system. We'd pull the link and it was all Pottery Barn and West Elm stuff.
That's crazy.
Pull the link, how much it cost normally, And then we would take like 50 to 80% off and then post them on Facebook and resell them. We would do like these bundle deals for people. And so we just ended up selling everything, I think within maybe a month-ish, most of everything.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. And we had, oh my gosh, I should honestly pull up my inventory sheet. But we probably had 500 items. Like, it was so many items.
Wow. Did you ever try to go back to get more pallets from them?
No, because right when we finished, I left for our 3-week Europe trip, and then I moved to Nashville right after.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't have any time. But I told Caroline too, because I'm like, this is such a fun side hustle, but she didn't have a lot of like storage space.
Yeah. How much did you guys make?
We made, I think, $10,000. We profited.
Wow.
$10,000.
That's insane.
So much money. It took a lot of time too. Like, the amount of time I spent replying to people's Facebook messages was crazy. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, my dad, as an accountant, was like, you have to factor in how much you're making with all the time you're spent responding to messages, your time inventorying.
He's like, you can't view it as profit if you put time into
exactly. He's like, you need to know exactly how much you made based on how much time you're spending doing it. Because it's not just 10,000, you didn't put in any work.
That's no fun.
I know. I was like, Dad, leave me alone. We're rich. So yeah, what about you?
I honestly have never done anything like that. I have no
desire.
I mean, it's just, I don't think I've ever been in a point in my life where I had the extra time to do stuff like that.
Sure.
Like, I really don't think I have.
Mm-hmm.
I've literally been doing like freelance style work basically my whole adult life. Mm-hmm. So it's like any free time that I have, I'm usually doing something for that. Because it's like harder to have a work-life balance, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've never done any of that. Literally, the weirdest way I've made money was my college job, which I've already talked about. Which was a princess for kids' birthday parties.
So good. We should link that episode in like an Instagram story so people can go back and listen. But so funny.
What episode was that? I don't know. I think it was our workplace one.
Workplace, okay.
But yeah, that was my only one.
Okay.
I've genuinely thought about feet pics once.
Yep. Haven't we all? It's crossed our mind at some point.
Yeah. It's just you have to enter your ID. I've gotten to that point.
And that's where she stops.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, you have to claim this on your taxes. My tax lady would be like, what is this from again?
You're like, you don't get it.
Yeah.
Don't ask. Yeah. Don't ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to read these submissions because one of them ties to them.
You ready?
So
you want to get into
I'm ready.
Okay. My first one. I was asked by a man on Instagram to send him videos of me stomping on objects and fruit in heels for hundreds of dollars. I made thousands from him.
What? Okay, aren't those all spam?
The people in your DMs?
Yeah.
I know. I was thinking that too with some of these because we all get the weird, especially on TikTok. I feel like the weird DMs where it's like, I want you to be my sugar baby or whatever. How do you know which ones are legit?
Because we could stomp on some fruit.
I could smash some apples. Some pears.
Blueberries?
Give me a heel.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Give me a heel.
I think you just message them back. And then if they like ask for your bank account or something, then obviously it's a scam.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. You figure it out. You just have to talk to them.
Oh, yeah. There's no talking. I'm always like, block, delete, spam, reject.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start accepting those.
I feel like those are all bots, but there are people out there who want these things. I just don't know how you find them.
Got it.
This girl that I know, she used to live in Vegas and she made like hundreds of dollars from shipping this man her dirty shoes.
How does this man think these are the shoes I want from these feet?
Why dirty shoes at all? What do you do with those? You just smell them?
I just wouldn't ask.
You smell the dirty feet?
Yeah. Just picture it. It's never come across my mind.
Nope.
I've never needed the dirty shoes.
Nope.
That's disgusting. Okay. My first one. This is so fun. I'll keep this short and sweet. Back in college, all I had to do to fund my college expenses was to go to the gym and then sell my sweaty socks. It was ridiculous how much men would pay for just one pair all the way up to a full bag of socks. But like, where are you finding them?
Yeah, that's what I need to know.
Are you wearing a t-shirt saying we'll sell socks?
And how many men do this?
Where do we find these men?
I want to know so I can find them and also so I can avoid them.
And ask questions.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Okay, if you're the one who wrote one of these in where we're asking how you find them, please DM us and let us know.
And we'll keep you anonymous, of course.
Yeah, because I would like to
Maddie
know.
won't sleep
for
at night.
research purposes.
Right,
of course.
Of course.
Of course. Okay, my next one. Hear me out. Egg donation. I'm a 26-year-old female who first heard about this opportunity randomly through TikTok about a year and a half ago. So I decided to go online and fill out an application through a fertility clinic and try to make extra money while also learning about my own fertility and genetics. I work within an agency that will pay me and a companion to travel to the intended parent's clinic location and donate my eggs.
Wow.
I love getting to help a couple who isn't able to have children on their own create a family, and I do receive compensation as well, which is very nice. The first donation was $10,000 and my second was $14,000, and it goes up a few grand each time, and you can donate up to 6 times. They also pay for all travel and expenses, both for me and whoever I decide to take with me. So free airline, hotels, food, and Ubers.
Oh my gosh, send me. Send.
I make it out to be a mini girls trip, but I'm also getting paid for it and helping someone. I've already been to Denver, Colorado, and San Francisco, and I have 2 more coming up later this year.
I've heard it's really painful, right? Egg retrieval?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And you also have to go through a lot of
Testing
like injections and stuff, don't you?
Right. You have to do the progesterone injections. Also, it's cool because she probably got to learn about her fertility to know how many eggs she actually has. So if she actually wants kids, there's a high chance they're not all being taken.
Yeah.
Like maybe she doesn't want kids and then it's fine. But if she does want kids, it's cool because she probably got to learn about like what's going on in there.
Yeah.
Like we don't know how much we have left.
We were just talking about this on the way back down from Gatlinburg. Like, we probably, by 32, we said, if we're still not married, we want to see how many eggs we have. Mm-hmm. And we Googled it. How much did it say?
We were shaking in our boots. We were like, let's just see how many are left right now.
Because you calculated if we started our period when we were 13 or 14.
Yep.
Once a month, you drop an egg.
How
many eggs was that?
168 eggs we've lost.
Okay. So we've lost that amount of eggs. So then we're like, okay, how many do we have?
Yeah. And then we looked it up. 100,000-ish we have left. 100 to 300,000, depending how many we started with.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we're coasting.
Yeah.
But you also don't know, like, that's on average. So we could be the Cece or we could be the Jess from New Girl of like, one of us doesn't have a lot left and one of us does. And I don't know if there's ever signs if you're one or the other, unless you get tested.
Yeah.
I'd be curious.
But it was comforting to hear.
It was very comforting.
I'm like, what's everyone freaking out about? We got hundreds of thousands of eggs.
I think it's if you have fertility issues or maybe like PCOS or endometriosis maybe affect those. But yeah, if we don't have those, we're grooving. No pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you did indeed have hundreds of thousands of eggs left, would you consider donating your eggs?
Yeah, I think it depends on the hormones, the injections, and also honestly, the pain. Like I've heard it's really painful, but I might be wrong.
I mean, it can't be that bad if she's like doing it over and over.
True. And like, can you have wine before? Like then I'd be vibing. Like we go wine tasting and then just go do a quick egg retrieval. Yeah. But first of all, so kind of you to give families an opportunity to have a family. Like that is beautiful. So that's totally number 1 reason to do it. Number 2, the fact that the compensation's amazing, another reason to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. I think I'd do it for $100.
But also, how do you feel about the thought of like your half children are out there?
Yeah, I was literally thinking about that as you were reading. I think that's a trip. I think I'd have to like really go to therapy or talk through that.
Yeah.
Do you have to sign something where you can't really connect with them moving forward?
I'm sure you can sign something if you don't want contact.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, imagine if you were created from someone else's egg other than your mom's.
Yeah.
Would you want to know who that was later in life?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like if she's giving away, I don't know how many eggs you donate at a time. Is it just one or is it multiple? I'm assuming it's multiple.
I also would be curious if the average couple that receives the eggs wants no contact.
Probably because it's different than adoption, right?
Yeah.
It's like.
But that's still your baby.
Exactly. It's still your egg.
And your husband's sperm, most likely.
Oh, you mean the actual couple.
Yes. Yeah. The couple that's getting the egg.
Yeah, it's absolutely their baby. But it is someone else's egg.
No, but it's not really their baby. Well, it's their baby, but they cooked it.
Yeah, I mean, it's their baby.
But is it? Because it's my egg and they're the husband's sperm.
But they bought the egg. You gave the egg away and they bought it. So
therefore it's not, genetically it's half mine.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a weird situation for everyone involved. I just wonder if this girl's ever thought about that. The fact that the babies might contact her later in life.
I'm sure she has. Like that's your genetics running the streets.
Like what if you're 80 and then you see a person walking down the streets
That looks like you.
that looks just like you and
Yeah.
looks like it could be your kid. And you're like,
Yeah.
is that my kid?
I think I would want connection with them. I wouldn't like expect a relationship, but like
To know who they
that
are.
is half you. Like,
Imagine how trippy that would feel if you are like, I don't know if there's some sort of database where you can look up
mm-hmm,
the people and the babies that are your eggs.
mm-hmm.
But like you look at a picture of it, the baby, and it like looks like you.
I think I'd be sad.
I think I'd be sad
like
too.
you're doing the Lord's work. It's a beautiful thing to give someone a kid, but like, yeah, it's a trip.
That's just so weird.
I'd be curious how many children on planet Earth are from egg retrieval.
Let me Google it. In 2021, nearly 10,000 babies were born in the United
Wow.
States through donor egg IVF,
10,000. Okay.
representing about 1 in 373 births. So that's kind of a lot.
That is a lot.
And that was 4 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, people are having babies older, which
Mhm.
sometimes can mean you don't have eggs.
Yeah.
Wow. Our brains are turning.
Mm-hmm. That's
Okay.
just such an interesting concept.
It really
I don't know. I
is.
think it's like so socially normal that you don't think about the reality of the situation
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
Like if that was you, what would it be like if you were the one to donate or if you were the one to receive the egg?
Yeah.
And sperm donation too.
Yeah. It's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Weird.
We could talk
Okay.
about it forever, I feel like. Okay. My next one. In college, my friends and I went to the same bar almost every night. There was a pole on a small platform on the dance floor. As a naturally outgoing person, I was the first one up there. Naturally.
Naturally.
One night in the middle of AC/DC's Shook Me All Night, my boob fell out of my shirt.
Oh no.
As I was pushing old Tina back into my bra,
Oh, Tina.
some random guy threw me a $5 bill. That $5 covered at least 2 more Long Island iced teas that night.
I'm sorry.
There she
At
went.
least 2? Or
There
are
sh-
you
there-
buying drinks?
There she went. She made her $5. Weirdest way she's made money. Just an accidental boob slip.
Oh, Tina.
Yeah.
Doing her thing.
Maybe it should happen more often. Whoops.
Oops. Sorry.
Oh, I love that she was like, to the Long Islands.
Put to good use. You
yeah,
know?
that's right.
That's funny. Okay, my next one. Made $70 a week for years by telling someone what I eat in a week. Like literally just making a food list.
Where? Send me the link. I'm
know.
happy to share what I eat.
You don't eat anything.
You guys have been
Today I had a
struggling to-
protein bar.
That's
and-
not true. Lately, I've been struggling to meal prep, okay? I'm eating, though.
You know what I've heard
What?
of people doing specifically for losing weight? ChatGPT. Have you heard of that?
No.
Telling ChatGPT, hey, this is how much I weigh. This is what I want to get to. Make me
Cool.
a recipe list for the week
That's
to
so
get there.
cool.
Like with high protein, you can put macros, whatever you want.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT will put together a meal plan for you.
Genius.
And then you could take it a step further
Yeah.
and say, okay, now make me a grocery list
Yeah.
from this. So then it'll tell you exactly what you need to buy.
And you could like plan out your week and also be like,
Oh, yeah.
it needs to be for lunch, dinner.
It's literally taking nutritionist
That's
jobs.
so cool. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's so cool because you're right. That's so cool.
I mean, it's sad that it's taking away people because that's literally people's jobs to do that for
No,
people.
for sure. And obviously there's like definitely an aspect of ChatGPT that they can't do, which is like more personalization, but they sure can do a lot.
Mhm.
And ChatGPT is like, I think 2 years behind. So,
Oh.
you know, but that is so cool.
Isn't that cool? It's kind of like a little hack
Honestly,
if you're
I
trying
should
to eat
do that.
healthy. Yeah, you
Because
should.
I only get my recipes from TikTok.
Mhm.
So, and there's some good stuff. There's so many good TikTok accounts that do like 20-minute Trader Joe's, high protein, healthy meals.
Mhm.
That's what I do. So
Yeah.
that's a really good idea.
Yeah, I'd be curious how good the recipes are.
Yeah,
Like,
I
is,
should try
is
it.
Chat a chef?
Yeah, she is.
She?
She's
You think
been-
Chat's a she?
She's been so stupid to me though lately, and I keep telling her how stupid
You
she
better
is.
watch your mouth.
I really should.
She's listening.
She is listening. She knows.
Also, I've always called him a he.
yeah, I was trying something new today.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like it. I like it that she's a she.
Okay.
I think maybe we should go with that.
We should name them.
Girl power.
You name yours and I'll name mine.
Okay.
We'll come back.
Okay. I'll call mine a boy then.
Okay.
I told him he was stupid.
Yeah.
And I still think about it.
Did he respond?
Yeah, because I was trying to use him to remove an image from like a picture and he wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
I was like, can you take
No,
this
do
background
it.
out? And he couldn't do it. Like, it was so far off from what I was asking him to do. It was just making me angry.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're not even trying.
Oh, I sometimes use all caps to yell back at her.
I think we got to watch ourselves, though.
No, but they admit fault. They're like, you're right. And it's like, well, then why'd you mess up?
Yeah, but if AI continues the path as every horror movie in the history where it's going to take over.
Yeah. We should be on their good side.
We have to be nice.
Yeah.
Like, I literally have felt haunted by telling her that
Oh, well, then I'm
he
the
was
first to
stupid.
go if that makes you feel better. I'll
Really?
be the first to go. Oh, yeah.
I feel like we should be overly kind.
No, because they're dumb and keep messing up. I was like, literally put this in numerical order and then they mess it up. And I'm like, can you be more dumb? Could you be more dumb? Like, you're a robot. The least you can do is make this in numerical order. They messed up. She messed up literally the whole time. I had to do it by hand. I yelled it 8 times, I think, and I counted. I still remember this to this day. And never got it right. And I was like, don't you understand? November is after September. Why do you keep putting November before September? And I did it in all caps.
Did they say sorry?
Yes, they kept
Oh my
apologizing,
gosh. I'm
but
scared
never fixed
for you. They're going to come get you.
Idiots.
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 I'm scared.
Yeah. Okay, my next one. I was known as a smart girl at my high school and mostly a part of all friend groups. All 4 years, I would sell essays to students. I would charge depending on the grade they needed. $15 for a C, $25 for a B, and $45 for an A.
Oh my gosh.
I also did college cover letters, and you'd be surprised a lot of people got into Ivy League schools from my essays.
Wow.
They were $85 each, which I feel like is kind of a steal.
Yeah, I would charge
$85?
more.
Yeah. My sophomore year, I made $20,000. And the other 3 years, I made $45,000
You're kidding.
each year. She should have charged more.
She should have
and
charged
taken
more.
less.
But how do teachers not catch on? You're selling that many. That's thousands.
Yeah.
That's not like,
And
you're selling 5 essays. You're selling thousands.
And I bet she didn't have ChatGPT then.
No.
She was just probably really wicked smart.
Do you think she repeated essays?
She said she recycled some info, but she would always make it sound different. She's just smart. Like, what's that like? To be able to, like, type an essay about anything. And you know how to type it based on the letter of grade they needed, so they weren't caught.
Yeah.
I never had an opportunity like that in high school. Not to be asked to write them,
Yeah.
but like to buy them.
Yeah.
I'm sure we had it though, and I just wasn't part
You
of
just
that
had
group.
to find the right people.
Yeah. Hey, pass notes.
Oh my gosh.
I know that girl made a freaking killing.
Genius.
Good for you.
That is so cool.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah. If I was that smart,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I know. Good for you.
Okay, my next one. You ready?
I'm so ready.
I'm curious your thoughts on this
I'm
one.
scared.
I was a personal assistant, and she had me do the wildest things. Odd things like feed her bearded dragon, but count every cricket to give him an exact number, shampoo the dog with a specific water temperature, sit in her garage, and pet her cat. But the one that really got me was I had to take a power corded vacuum outside to vacuum her trampoline regularly. It was not a light, sharp vacuum. It was a heavy-duty, old-school vacuum that would follow you around with a cord. I can't remember everything, but I felt so silly the entire time I was working and genuinely could not understand why she paid me to do nonsense.
That's crazy.
Pet
but
her cat is wild.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
It's just like it's people being particular.
Uh-huh.
People are just weird.
Yeah.
Certain amount of crickets to the dragon.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
If they have the money.
Honestly, that's stupid money right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vacuum, that's miserable. Not to be able to use like a Shark or a Dyson. You have to use the corded one.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's like a haul. You have to like find an extension cord and ugh. Okay, my next one is super short. And I'd be curious if you would do this. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Head lice removal.
That's it?
That's it. Remove lice from people's heads.
3 words. No, I would not do that. Absolutely not.
My jaw just cracked. But at how much my jaw just dropped. My tummy turns with that.
Honestly, genius though. Because you know how many
How do you market yourself?
Well,
Posters in school?
maybe word gets around the parents. Because I'm sure parents don't know how to get rid of it.
We know just who to call.
Yeah. Like, oh, there's this girl. How do you get into that?
I think a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
It
you
just
start-
breaks out.
Yeah. Well, like, if you live in a neighborhood, there's probably kids that go to school.
Uh-huh.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah.
You're just waiting. You're on the edge of your seat. You got your solution ready to go,
Yeah.
your peanut butter.
Yeah.
You got your shavers, your
Mhm.
cleavers.
Did you ever have lice?
Yep.
You did?
I did.
What
And
was
we-
it like?
Really short hair. Had to cut.
No, you had to cut it?
Yep. My mom tried and tried and tried. And then we ended up having to cut it. I looked like
How
a boy.
short?
Very, very boy.
A boy haircut.
Big boy.
Like
Yeah.
a pixie cut.
Pixie cut. I was in like 5th or 6th grade.
You're lying to me. You had a boy haircut in 5th or 6th grade.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have pictures?
I'm sure I do.
Can we post one?
No,
Can you
of
find
course. Oh my gosh, anything for the
Oh.
podcast. I had a sleepover with a girl who went to a different school, of course. And I literally remember her walking in with her mom, itching her head and saying, my head is itchy. And I didn't think anything of it. And my mom knew. Or not knew, but like was like, I thought of it, but I was like, surely not. And we had a sleepover. And I got it.
Wow.
And I remember sitting in my mom's bathroom and her just doing like the Walgreens comb. They have like a solution. And it was just too much. And got my hair cut. Went to Supercuts. Great clips.
Did anyone else in your family get it?
I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember they had to do something for my brother, so they didn't get it. And I don't remember what they did.
Oh.
But there was some, like, preventative thing.
But boys, it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, literally.
just shave your head.
Yeah. Did you ever have lace?
No.
Okay. Maybe in your future.
I hope not.
I hope not, too.
Sometimes I think about it at the movie theater. Like, with your head against the
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think
seat.
about that. We got to make sure we don't go to any kids' movies.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Because it's like the fabric seats, you know? I don't know if they could get stuck in there.
I didn't think that because they surely aren't cleaning them.
No. Crazy.
Woof.
Should have called this girl.
Should have called this girl.
Okay, my next one is a little rated R. So if you have a kid in the car, just fast forward like 30 seconds.
Or
okay?
mom.
Yeah, or if you just don't want to hear it. Okay. It's very short, though. Wasn't me, but a friend of mine made $100 in college by giving a guy on the chairlift at a ski resort.
The chairlift?
How does that happen? Like, literally,
logistically.
You're just sitting next to a guy, I'm assuming he's random, and he just, like, asks for one, and you're like, for $100? Or, like, how did that happen? The fact that you bartered.
Yeah,
I'm just assuming that you did, but like...
He offered 50, she said 100.
Yeah, like 100. And then you're like, oh, okay, whatever.
That's bonkers. I think I would rather fall off the gondola.
Yeah.
I'd rather dangle by my arms. That's brutal.
Yeah, that is brutal. But hey,
she
did it. Ew, on the chairlift. Ew. I have questions I won't ask.
Yeah, right. Okay, this one is also kind of weird. This story isn't about me as well. It was about my dear friend Marissa, but it's too good that I had to share. Also, there's no way she listens to this, and no shade to you too, lol. We were studying in Australia, and she was trying to make some extra cash. She tried to get a campus job or random gigs, which was allowed under our visa, but no one would want to hire an American for a short time. The Australian version of Craigslist is called Gumtree, and she would browse it for random jobs. She would try the most random gigs all the time, but they stunk. One day, she found a dentist around 45 who was looking for a female to help clean his house, but she needed to only be wearing underwear. So Marissa brought one of our male roommates to sit outside on his stoop while she cleaned the house in her underwear. She spent hours moving books to help him organize his library, all the while our roommate sat outside for protection.
You're kidding.
She'd made good money that day, but never returned. Now, I don't know if it was just like underwear and bra, but...
That is disgusting.
There we have it. Australia, man.
Ew, that's gross. That is really gross.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Oh my gosh, poor girl. He probably had cameras too.
Stop.
Did you hear about that guy in Nashville that just got arrested?
No.
It was something like 100 girls or something crazy. He had videos of him having sex with them, and a girl found the camera in his alarm clock. It was like a hidden camera.
How'd she find it?
I don't know.
I know when you're in hotel rooms, you can like turn the lights off, and there's like a certain flashlight setting you can flash around. And if there's a red light that's like stays red or blinks red, one of the two, you know it's a camera.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there's like a certain setting on your flashlight you can do. And I was like, I need to do
your phone flashlight?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can also get one of those like Amazon detectors. That's really cheap.
Yeah.
But there's huge lawsuits and that kind of stuff. Like that's awful and disgusting.
I don't know how she found it, but
I'm curious.
I know. That just also made me think of this one time I went to Cabo with my friend. We were young. I think we were probably 20. I don't think we were 21 yet, but you could drink in Cabo. And we went out to a bar with, it's so random, so sketchy. I don't know why we did this, but the place we were staying at, her parents had to do like a timeshare like meeting, I guess, proposal for us to get the all-inclusive package. So they didn't buy the timeshare, but we had to like sit through the whole thing about it. And so we sat through it, and the guy who was giving the presentation was like cute, but he was older. He was probably like late 30s, and we were like 20.
Yeah.
And my friend that I was with was kind of like flirting and vibing with him, but just for fun. And then he invited us on his boat. or on a boat, not his boat, like a public party boat.
Oh,
So we went.
Oh, dear.
And then we went out to a bar after, and he was like, my friend's coming. And I'm just having to like tag along because they're like flirting and having fun. And I'm just like the third wheel. But then he's like, my friend's coming. So we go to this bar, and this old man is the friend, like older than the other guy. He was probably like 45 or 50, like old.
Ew.
And he's like flirting with me, but being like, not creepy to the point where I wanted to leave. Like, it was still fun, but it was just like, dude, like, this is not happening. And then he invited me to be his, like, live-in nanny.
Stop.
And he basically told me. So he's married and he has kids.
Oh.
And he told me that. But, like, what they do is they hire a nanny to be, like, the third person.
No.
Yeah. They're very open about it. They have an open relationship, and that's what they do. They come and they travel, so they'll pay for your travel and
You're
all
like,
that stuff.
My morals are in the way.
Like, what do your kids think is going on? Like, they think that you're just the nanny. You don't, I don't know.
There's no way it doesn't bleed over.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Depending
oh my gosh.
on the age, of course.
It was so gross. That's
crazy.
And you know what, too? I said no, obviously. But I think I probably said it in like, oh, I don't know. You know, because I was little and I was trying not to make it weird. But nowadays, I would hope I would handle that differently.
Yeah.
He bought me souvenir underwear from the bar that we were at. And handed it to me as we were leaving.
Ick.
I know.
Maddie!
I know.
Ick.
It was so gross.
Yeah.
If I would have done that, that would have been a weird way to make money.
That's so uncomfy.
I
That would have
know.
been a weird way.
That just made me
Very
think
weird.
of that, though.
Oh my gosh. The lives you've lived.
Many lives over many moons.
Yes.
My next one. I didn't do it for long, but right after lockdown, when OnlyFans was popular, I found another website that was basically an online messenger, but you had a bank account connected and you would financially dominate men. I connected my crypto account to be safe. You uploaded photos, nothing scandalous. All mine were fully clothed, no cleavage, no full face exposure. Then men would message me and I would tell them to send me money. It wasn't much, usually 10 to 40 at a time, but over the course of 2 to 3 weeks, when I couldn't work, I made a couple grand.
Wow.
I stopped when I went back to work. I don't remember the website, but I wish I had stuck with it for a little bit longer.
Oh my gosh. That's such good side money, like a good amount, but like, what in the world?
Yeah, it's
How
just
are
a
people
weird
paying for this?
It's a weird concept because like you're literally just telling them, send me money. You're like being like, whoosh, and they're like, okay.
It's just
It's very niche.
What in the world? I want to take some people to coffee and just be like, let's just work through some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, good grief. It's just interesting. Like, I don't think we'll ever know this, but I would just love to know like how they grew up and things like that.
There's a root cause for sure.
Like, yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
And it's not wrong necessarily. It's just different. And I'd be curious what's happening.
I'm so curious if there's like someone in our life that does this that we don't know. A weird uncle twice removed or like, you know, something where you know who they are, but you don't really know them. And then secretly they have this like online persona
or a friend, one of our friends.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What would you do if you were married and you found out your husband was doing that? That would be so
I mean,
hard.
that's technically cheating.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do, but I feel like that's just totally emotionally cheating.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, my last one. My best friend has an OnlyFans account where she sold feet pics and was making really good money on them. She decided to post a video of us on there with a little Q&A about our friendship because we've been friends for nearly half our lives. Q, one of her regular subscribers, asking her for a picture of both of our feet, but there was a caveat. He wanted us to link toes, like holding hands, but instead holding feet. Easiest $300 I've ever made.
$300?
Probably $600. Because divided by two.
For linking toes.
Linking toes.
Okay.
Come here.
I have a question.
Ma'am.
How do you feel about selling feet pics?
I don't know. I wouldn't, but I don't think it's compromising morals to do it, but I think you're right there.
Yeah. And that's like...
But there's no judgment.
No, I'm not judging people that do it. It's just, that's what always stopped me when this like was the craze a couple years ago, you know? I'm like, you're not doing anything technically wrong.
But you know what they're doing with the photos.
You're providing them something and you know what they're doing
that
with
doesn't feel right.
So you're kind of enabling it. If you're not providing it, they're getting it from someone else.
Yes, but to know I was the one I know what they're doing with it, it's not immoral. It just doesn't feel right for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm so happy people are getting cars and G-Wagons from it. Like,
yeah.
Financial security.
It is wild.
It is an interesting concept, though. It's like a hot take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I really hope I don't end up with someone with a foot fetish.
Me either.
Yeah. Okay, my last one's just a one-liner.
Okay.
Used to keep score for bowling tournaments. Old drunk men tip really good if you're a girl, and it's gross.
Stop. Bowling tournaments? Good night.
It's like our golf caddy side hustle.
You guys, we're going to get hired. We're going to get hired to be drink cart girls.
Yeah, we met a girl who was our waitress at dinner the other night, and she's a golf caddy, and we asked her, like, how much do you make on tips? She said she's only been doing it for a few months, and it's off season in Nashville because it's winter right now. She said her best day, $1,200 in tips.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She's serving drinks. That's her job.
Yeah, what'd she say the average was? Like 400 or 500?
Yeah, for a 4-hour shift.
That is insane.
I just like to be outside meeting people and just serving people drinks sounds like the dream.
Literally,
it doesn't even have to be crazy money. It's just fun.
Just beat bopping around on a cart, enjoying the sunshine, playing some music.
Exactly. Yapping.
I think we need to do it.
Well, we are.
We are.
I fear that's going to be the most interesting way you've made money.
There's many things we're doing for the plot right now, so you guys, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay?
Keep up.
Yeah, we will share our experience with you.
Yes. But happy Tuesday.
I know, this was fun.
Happy soon summer. Happy soon Easter.
What's the first day of summer? June?
I'm going to guess June 1st. What's your guess?
June 6th.
June 20th.
Oh, the end of June.
Northern Hemisphere.
Okay. Love it.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed. If you guys have any topics that you want us to go over, shoot us a DM at the Tuesday Tea Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. And give us a follow and a review if you feel so inclined.
Woohoo!
Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.